The top is in. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Let's get straight into it. Do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video today, because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There are so many areas you need to become good at to become a good trader. Emotional mastery, chart reading, trading systems, money and trade management. So this video is just educational only to help you become a much better trader. Alrighty. It's so funny, it's so interesting doing these videos, you know, because I look back from afar and I look at the people's like, John, you don't understand that the market's gonna crash, and then I have some people saying, John, you don't understand the Dow's going to 20,000. It's like, I guess that's what makes a market, right? People think it's going to go down. People think it's going to go up. People are selling. People are buying. That's what makes a market, right? So it's just up, down, up, down. I'm just like, I don't really care what happens. I'm just watching what the market's telling me. So let's get straight into a quick market update here for a minute. Firstly, I wanted to show you obviously the Dow Jones. This is obviously the shorter term time frame chart. I am noticing more and more as the market goes that we are getting the stochastics, or the stochastics are here right now. They're getting very, very close to a turning point. And also we are creating right now a lower peak in the Dow Jones. It's actually a very weak sign. I did a video yesterday saying the reason why I'm more bearish than bullish in these markets, but you just don't know on the short term. I still am more bearish than bullish. That means 80% of me is bearish and 20% is bullish. The 20% mainly is just because the Fed could put out a bogus jobs report number and it could shoot back up, you know, to new highs. That's my 20%, but everything else I'm bearish. So we're creating a low peak right now. And we'll get the stochastics to run up through there. So that could be a telltale sign of the market to come down. Now, it may not be, and here's the reason why I say it may not be. So you can see that through there. Let's actually go through the Dow, through the S&P. Now, the S&P, and I've noticed this, and if you guys have been an observer of the markets this year, you will notice something very, very, very similar of what the market's been doing. And that is, even though we're getting divergence on the stochastics, and that may play out, okay, that may play out. We need a bit more confirmation. We're getting this sort of potential diversion on the stochastics. It looks like it's setting up quite nicely. We don't know whether the selling is going to continue or not. But the market's had this big run up, and now we're actually at this sort of support line here. If it breaks it, then I think this divergence here is going to start to roll over like that, and then I think the market starts coming off, and then I think we start to head down, and then this will be a bit of a false breakout, and then I think we'll head down to at least this line down the bottom here, the 2,100 line. Let me just delete that, and so you can see it come down to at least this line here, or let's do this here. Around about the 50 to 62% fib would be the thing for me. So let's actually just delete that off the screen. Let's delete you off the screen. Bam. So around a 50. So we have this level of major support through here around the 38%. If we start to break below that, it could be quite interesting. So we actually have this sort of extender onto the high side, and now we had a little rally up, and now we actually looks like we're trying to break down through here. But we are at that level of support, and I've noticed time and time again through this whole year that when the market's at these level supports, even though we're getting bearish signs, I'm still waiting for that one extra down day. We're getting an extra down day from here, and then I think this divergence is in play. And then I think, you know, and then I think the stochastic starts to go down and the market starts to head down towards at least these lows down the bottom here. I would say around 2,100. We break any lower than that, then that's a game changer, absolute complete game changer. Why? So, and then we're likely to start doing this sort of action on the S&P. So we need a bit more confirmation there because we just don't know what's going to happen there. But if we start to have another one down day and breaking below these lows here, then we could actually see a lot more downside. Same for the Russell as well too. The Russell broke up to all-time new highs, and now it's actually closing back on. It looks like we're getting a bit of divergence on the stochastics. And once again, guys, the divergence on the stochastics, when they start to play out, like this one here and this one here, they're very, very clear. Divergence and then obviously divergence. When they're very clear like that, they work really, really well. So we had a bit of a slowdown, and now we'll get this divergence from there to there and from there to there. So guys, divergence, this movement here is really, really is actually a weak. This movement up here is a very weak sign. You can see that on the stochastics there. And then moving forward into the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq's doing the exact same thing. We're getting this divergence here. So I actually, again, guys, I'm expecting this market to roll over. I'm expecting the market to pull back and just basically do that. And especially if we start to get a bit more downside in this market, like if I just extend this trend line out through here, you can see that's basically the channel that it's been in for quite some time. Let me just remove that. So you can see this upward move, especially if we start to break below that. And what is that level? And then we have that level through there. So I'm definitely looking at the Nasdaq. This move up here, guys, is definitely weak. You can see the stochastics. You can see the low volume we've had here the last couple of days. So all of it, guys, for me is looking really, really weak. I want a bit more downside movement, but the bias for me is on the downside. We do have that short-term thing. Again, we know this market is rigged. That's why we need to be much more careful about the trades or the positions that we put on. But even if I think this market's going to go down to 2,120, doesn't mean I'm going to short the market. I wait for a particular setup. That to me is not a setup. I'm just going through and I'm molding and I'm showing you what I see day by day by day as these markets unfold. And let's just see what happens, guys. I'm not going to BS you here. Trading is hard. Over my 10 years of trading, I've learned some amazing systems and strategies, and I've put it all in my brand new Grab the Markets by the Balls course, and I'm giving you 100% free access. This whole course is 12 videos long and almost 10 hours of the best systems and strategies that I know. Click on the image below now to get 100% free access right now.